Hi, and welcome to Campus Mortgage, the mortgage industry's leading provider of underwriting, processing, quality control, servicing, and closing training. Before we get started, please take a moment to read Campus Mortgage's disclaimer, and keep in mind the information contained in this video is time sensitive and subject to change without notice. So let's get started. Today we will be discussing part 3 of a 3-part video series, which contains and will cover key elements of the appraisal report. Just a recap on what the appraisal means, and that is a written statement by an expert opinion on the market value of a property, and that value will be used for lending purposes as collateral. Okay, so a couple extra things that your appraisal will contain, in addition to the written analysis of the appraiser, are going to be photo pages. And these are very important too, just as important as the written information. So with the photos, you are required to see that the subject has a picture of the front of the property, the back, and also a side view. In addition to those photos, you're going to also need a street map that should be included in your appraisal. Lastly, you're going to need a front picture of all the comparisons that were used in your appraisal. So for every comp, you should have a photo of the front. Another thing to keep an eye out for, in addition to the photos, are the exterior photo sketch. Now, this is important, and as an underwriter, I found a lot of mistakes with the sketches provided with the appraisals I was looking at. So you want to pay close attention to the amount of bedrooms, bathrooms that the subject property actually has, and that the sketch is in line with the amount of bedrooms and bathrooms and total room count. That was a good area for me to focus in on and find mistakes a lot of the time. So do pay attention to the sketch. It is very important. Okay, with the appraisal also comes the appraiser's license, and you do need a copy of that. And on the appraiser's license, you should be able to see that the appraiser listed his or has the license number. And you're going to take that license number on the actual license and compare it to the license number that was provided on the report. So use that as a cross-reference tool. You're also going to cross-reference the appraiser's name. You want to look for the effective date of that license and make sure that that license has not expired during the time of the evaluation of our subject property. Lastly, you're going to look and make sure that the license does include a state name. Typically, you're going to see a state seal, but if you don't see the seal, you can just read the license, and if it says for what state, that is acceptable. A couple more things I would like to point out that I often did as an underwriter was making sure that all of the pages were provided, and that includes the front page and the appraiser's license as well as the appraiser's invoice. You do need to get the invoice as well to make sure that the borrower has already paid for the appraiser service or still owes for that, and that's going to reflect on the HUD. So it is very important that you do get that invoice as well. But yeah, just make sure that all the pages are there, the sketch is there, the photos make sense. If this appraisal was done in the summer and you get a photo and there's snow, obviously that's going to stand out to you as a red flag, and you're going to want to question that. So all these little things really do tell a story. So just make sure that you're looking over all of these key elements and it all makes sense. That concludes part 3 of this 3-part video series. For more tips, videos, and for a full list of courses offered by Campus Mortgage, please visit our website at www.campusmortgage.org. Thank you, and as always, make it a great day.